Hi guys, hi everyone, selamat sore.
Hai
Hai Najwa.
guys. Hai Keisha.
Hai. Oke, jadi kita berjanji untuk mulai jam 4, tapi some of our candidates have technical difficulties right now, jadi kita akan nunggu sebentar, tapi semoga nggak akan lama-lama guys. Jadi gimana Naj? How are you feeling about today's debate? Do you have any expectations?
Excited sih,
Candidates?
jujur aku excited banget mau lihat candidates-nya karena ada ini President and Vice President for Lebak Bulus, and it's the first ever time we're doing a Lebak Bulus Tuko as it's their first ever year.
Yes, jadi ini adalah
Yeah,
tahun
so
pertama bagus. Ya,
yeah. Sorry,
oke.
tadi ada Nabil. Jadi Keisha.
Ya, jadi kita, aku Keisha, ini Najwa, kita dari Stuko 1 batch of 20, and we are the committee for this year's election. So, tahun ini adalah tahun pertama Lebak Bulus, Cikal Lebak Bulus site, therefore it's also the first year for their student council. Jadi ini sebenarnya adalah debat pertama yang diselenggarakan untuk Stuko Lebak Bulus, ya kan Naj?
Yeay, benar. Tadi kayak gue udah ngomong, tapi nggak apa-apa, benar. Tadi ya, jadi in this debate ada 4 kandidat, ada 2 untuk presiden, 2 untuk vice. Yang presiden ada nomor 1-nya Arik, dan nomor 2-nya ada Ula. Dan untuk vice president, kandidat pertamanya adalah Adan, terus kandidat keduanya Ula. Bibi. Kalian jangan lupa vote besok. Ada allotted time untuk setiap angkatan. Sebenarnya murid-murid cuma bisa vote dari jam 8 lewat 10 sampai jam 10 kalau nggak salah, dan untuk guru-guru jam 10 sampai jam 12. Jadi kalian besok jangan lupa vote pas dikirim linknya sama guru-guru kalian ya. Terus kalau ada yang nggak dapat linknya, DM aja Cikal Stuku atau WhatsApp ke aku atau Keisha atau kakak yang kalian tahu.
Lusa ya guys, tanggal 24 votingnya.
Lusa, benar. Tanggal 24, hari Jumat. Terus habis itu nanti ada live count juga loh di IG-nya Stuko, oke? Tahu nggak sih? Nanti itu ada kakak Aina, ada Aina, Hadia, Aisyah. Nanti mereka bakal live count di IG Stuko, jadi make sure kalian juga nonton itu.
Tegang tuh pasti ya, sambil ngitungnya tegang. Siapa nih? Gitu kan? Siapa nih? Ya kan?
Tegang banget sih,
Oke.
nanti nyoret-nyoretnya sampai
Ya.
kan talinya nanti goyang-goyang gitu kayak.
Sampai talinya goyang.
Iya talinya goyang.
Nah iya. Oke. So, how's your day today? Najwa, how's your day been?
It's good. Mungkin sebelum kita jump into the debate itself, mau berterima kasih dulu untuk tim Kakal OSIS Cek kita, alias Board of Council, specifically Iza dan Tanaya, who prepared this debate, the motions and everything in it. So, thank you guys. We love you.
Gimana kabar semua orang di chat juga? Silakan. Hi everyone.
Hey guys, how is everyone?
Sebenarnya udah pada ngantuk, jadi thank you so much for coming out here to watch this debate today. Even though I know you guys pasti ada yang capek-capek. Semangat untuk sekolahnya semuanya. Semangat.
Semangat.
Okay, so why don't we start with our presidential candidates first?
Okay.
Before we begin, kita langsung mulai aja ya, berarti. Okay, so before we begin with our presidential candidates, aku mau intro dikit. So, tadi aku sempat ngomong sebentar sama Najwa tentang how this is going to be the first batch of student council for Cikal Lebak Bulus. But basically, this debate is something that Stuko has been having annually for every single election process, where the candidates are able to verbally present their vision, mission, and what they feel they can present to all of you guys, so that kalian juga untuk saat hari eleksinya milihnya akan makin gampang karena kalian bisa ngeliat pada hari ini the potential of all of your candidates. So,
Pasti kalian ada yang bingung soalnya kan, kalau udah baca Instagramnya pun mungkin ada hal-hal yang mereka akan menjelaskan ulang di opening session ini.
Yes. Oke, jadi aku intronya nggak bakal lama-lama, itu aja tentang perihal debatnya itu apa. Tapi sekarang adalah waktunya untuk presidential candidates kita introduksi diri mereka sendiri. I'm going to invite Ula and Arik into the stream. So, hi Arik, hi Ula.
Hi.
Hi guys. Is Ula here?
How are you guys? Ula, are you there? I think, okay, Ula's here. I think she's experiencing a bit of a Wi-Fi issue. Okay. Ula, are you there?
She's here.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, as the participants or the candidates know, you guys will each have 3 minutes to present their vision and mission to the people watching. So we'll start with candidate number 1. Arik, you can start whenever.
Okay.
Thank you, Keishabel and Nadia. Before I will start the vision and mission, firstly I want to deliver a pantun. Bersinggah-singgah ke Depok, jangan lupa berjumpa Ayu Ting Ting. Hey kalian yang udah pada ngantuk, tahan dulu dong karena hari ini debat penting. Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Arik Atlah Adifasa, and most people call me Arik, and I'm president candidate number 1 for this year's student council. You know what, guys? I was there working as a student council member. Last year, I learned a lot of experience, and I strongly believe that there is still a lot of room for improvement. By being the president for this student council, here are several things that I want to do for the vision and mission. Firstly is to extending more opportunity on students' participation, prioritizing community on students' participation, prioritizing community diversity, and lastly is to create an experience for students on what do they like, what do they want to be in the future. And why would I do all of those? Because the answer is simple. I love Cikal and this community so much. I was there, same with all of you. I was there, same with all of you, that we need to extend our learning experience better, and I'm confident with all of your participation, we could achieve those. Because the answer aligns to one purpose. I believe that this school and all of us in this community will play an important role to develop our school capacity for all of us and also for the community. I am confident, I am strong, I love to work with all of you guys together. And I strongly believe within my leadership, together with all of your support and participation, we could achieve those. So please guys, let's vote for me. Vote for number 1 for a better future. Jalan-jalan ke Plaza Senayan, jangan lupa membeli sepatu. Hey kalian yang masih kebingungan, yuk sama-sama kita pilih nomor 1. Thank you.
Asik banget tuh, Arik. Tadi pantunnya di awal yang Ayu Ting Ting itu asik, cakep.
Okay, good job, Arik. Okay, oh my god, that was such an interesting opening speech. Najat? Alright, jadi kita lanjut ke kandidat kedua, Ula, silahkan.
I have been in Cikal since I was 4 years old. In that span of time, I observe. I've seen Cikal grow and become a better place. I've made incredible memories and unbreakable bonds with everyone in this community. It feels like a home to me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alula. I am candidate number 2 running for president. I first want to thank my peers, the Board of Council for nominating me, and everyone that believes in me, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I would also like to point out the other candidate, Arik. I believe he has a great potential, and for a fact, this candidate is a very great friend of mine. But on 24th September, you can only vote for one person. A vote for me is a vote for you. Now, people ask me why I want to run as president, which is a very good question, actually. Well, what does it take on being a great president? It's not a job and it's more than a responsibility. Being a great leader should be someone who can create the best outcome out of the worst possibilities, someone who is leading and willing to stand up for others. And as being said, someone who can turn lemons into lemonade. And it's not as easy as it seems. Therefore, as a candidate, I have leadership qualities. I've been on student council for years since I was in MYP. I know everything inside and out. I am qualified to continue this batch, and I'd love to accompany everyone on this journey and help each other to reach their greatest potential. I'm a visionary, and I believe in dream and voice. I vision things to the future. As for my vision, I wanted to create a visionary environment where all are welcome to explore, experience, and inspire by elevating the fresh spirits of Cikal as a place to grow, rebound, learn, and innovate. And as for my mission, I'd like to showcase an active image of Cikal students by boosting their creativity, activity, and service while collecting more attention to the community by improving the solidarity and creativity of Cikal students. And for second, creating a bridge between levels of students to connect by forming a platform to socialize, share ideas, and help out each other, and build a high bonding relationship as a community. We aim to open up opportunities for students to have an interactive and extensive self-exploration experience to their self-interest. Out of all the promises I made, I can promise you that as a president, I will do everything in my power to make this place a home to yours, just like mine, and make your dreams a reality. I believe in people, so I hope you can believe in me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ula. Oh my god. Vote siapa nih, Kay? Lu mau vote
Aduh.
siapa gitu?
Kita
Sulit ya?
match.
Oh, kita
Wow.
satu ya, kita nggak vote. Oh iya, sorry.
Iya. Oke.
Lu nggak suka vote sih. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much for the wonderful introduction to both of the candidates. We're gonna go straight into the prompts, which this debate will be moderated by Naja. So silakan Naja dengan prompts ya.
Okay, just a clarification for the viewers. Each candidate will have 4 minutes to speak per prompt, and we'll have 2 prompts in total for today for each candidate. So the first prompt being, what will you bring to the table to support the president? Sorry, my bad. How will you ensure all of your highlighted programs are being conducted effectively alongside Stuko initiatives? In order of their candidate numbers, we'll start with Arik. So Arik, you have 4 minutes and we'll count whenever you start.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Nadia and Keishabel. So for this prompt is, how will you ensure all of your highlighted programs are being conducted efficiently alongside Stuko initiatives? Well, in my opinion, I think the key of conducting an effective programs shall begin from effective communication among the team, realistic program planning, and also monitoring, also evaluating the conducted programs. This will be our custom procedure to conduct the programs to be more and more efficient. And again, I will ensure this happen. Sorry for a short time, but thank you.
Thank you, Arik. We'll give the time to Ula now.
As a leader, we need to be ideal, a part to prioritize and a part to bring something new to the table. I have 3 Incredibles program I propose and hoping it would be a great product to share. I acknowledge the time consumption, the estimated process, how to organize and to keep pace. I completely understand that as students, we need rest and we have other responsibilities. This means I don't want to pressure the student council team. Both ways, I can assure a flexible timeline, despite the fact that student council has a core event like Cikal Cup, Cikal MUN, and etc. So how am I going to manage this efficiently a long time of the side of Stuco initiative. This is what I plan. Cerita Cikal will be a really light platform since isn't much of a hardcore program. It could be a light task for the student council to handle, since the posts, as being said, are initiated by the created of students, and student council has the job to post and terminate the appropriation of the post. I figured that Cerita Cikal will have a certain theme of posting once a month and are flexible to the posting timeline. And then we have the mentoring program. Again, our student-led. It is up to the peers and students to have a certain time to execute. And again, this is not a heavy program. The student council will support and give this platform to students, but will not push their work limit. In this position, student council is qualified to guide. This program is expected to be active at least once a month or twice, but again, is initiated by the timing of the students. Now, forum kami. This would be held once a semester for an open forum, which consists of submission of students' requests on what they want to pursue on their interests. Then later on, we will provide the platform and support to do so. Again, are so flexible to the students on the request, and which are able to be executed based on their choice, whether they are ready, whether the student council is ready, and where the board of council is ready. Now, I have repeated the word initiative and students a lot. Now, why is that? Because we, as a team and as a student, we are here to learn. And a team is not only inclusive to the student council, but are exclusive to the whole community. Now, as student council, we don't want to left behind our core events. They will be well executed at times, but again, it is up to the priorities and the students' interest. Maybe if granted, we can have a reformation of something new. If students are willing and the board of council are also willing, when they have a discussion of the implementation of the programs that I proposed, then later on we'll maybe give it a trial. And especially on this first try, it's going to be another of an execution that would be initiated by ourselves and supported by the board of councils, and as well leaded by me. I do believe that we can fit these programs into our exact according timeline to an extent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ula. So that was it for our first prompt. How will you ensure all of your highlighted programs are being conducted effectively alongside Stuco initiatives? So the second prompt is, how can you, as president, motivate the student council to be more efficient during your candidacy? Again, we'll start with the candidate number 1, Arik. Arik, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nadia, for the time. I think I managed to prepare the vision, mission, and program materials to be broadcasted in Instagram, of which widely followed by the students. I believe by repeating those materials either through Instagram or dialogue with the respective student council will increase the students' motivation to participate in my candidacy. Again, the key is persistent communication. Sorry for the short duration, but thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Arik, for your speech. Next is Ula, aka candidate number 2. I think Ula is experiencing a bit of a technical difficulty.
I believe in teamwork.
I think she's back.
We rise by
Oh.
lifting each other. I know that every single of the student council member has a great potential, and I want to help them to reach the unreachable point. And as a leader, I will guide them along the way, and not only to inspire one, but to influence them to inspire each other. In a part of a team, we need to be committed, communicative, and collaborative. But I do understand that it comes in a process. That's why I'm here for. As a leader, I will lead by example. I don't want to instruct, but I also want to show. I need to know the strengths and weaknesses of my team in order for us to move. By that, I will encourage, motivate, empower them in order to reach their self-development and make sure that they feel like a crucial part of the team. I want them to feel good about themselves after what they have accomplished. For example, I should distribute a fair amount of work and also give them the responsibilities from what they have to achieve. As being said, I have 3 programs, and I figured that if I put each and every division on the every program of the idea, it wouldn't be effective, and we need to estimate a good work ethic. So Cerita Cikal would be most suitable for the public relations and the arts team, which are responsible for holding the Instagram account, and the arts division on making graphic feeds of the post and making sure that the platform is active. And then for the mentoring program, will be consisting of the secretary and the academics team. The secretary must list down the improvement of the club members and consult with a range of the activities member to further events such as MUNs, competitions, organizations, and etc., making sure that they reach a higher point. And for Forum Kami, will be handled by the sports, welfare, student voice, fundraising, and as well as treasurer. The sports will link their chosen activities, and the student voice will have the job to be approachable to the students over interest and analyzing per voice. The welfare will also help to raise awareness from the interests of the students and link them to external parties such as organizations, schools, and etc. And the treasurer, of course, is to keep in touch with the event. I know that I have to be prepared and be ideal if the program I bring to the table would have been dropped due to time consumption or ideas ahead. But I will make sure that each of the division has a flexible task and is contributing to the event. In order to work efficiently, we need to be balanced. I want this Tuko batch to have fun and be memorable. Giving a self-reward wouldn't hurt. So whether it's emotionally or physically, let's have the time to bond, and maybe like an appreciation gift wouldn't hurt. So I will guarantee that they will have an equal time to rest and maintain their energy. And that is how I will motivate and carry my team to efficiency. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ula. So that is it for our two given prompts. And now I would like to invite back Ula, Arik, and Keisha onto the stage. So please come back. Okay. Hi, guys. So the next session, as we've told the participants before, will be a Q&A session where each candidate gets to ask a question to the other candidate, and same way that, and vice versa. So we'll give the floor first to, does anyone want to start or? No? Okay, we'll go in order of candidacy number then. Oh, Ula wants to start? Okay. Ula, you can go first.
That'd be
The floor is yours.
And I have seen a lot on your potential on being one of the candidate of the president, and I really do appreciate your ideas and such. So as seen on your program, the Focal, you will make a podcast that uploads weekly. And I know that for a fact, the process of auditioning, bonding, recording, and editing and uploading is a complicated process. The fact that most of this program was on Spotify platform, which means that the public relations team will work twice as hard than the other divisions and are the only ones that is responsible for the job position. How can the other divisions contribute and lighten the workshop and the workload of the PR team, and how are they going to handle the process with the according time of the speed in the timeline? Because as a matter of fact, I know that making a podcast isn't easy and the process takes a lot of time. And as for someone that is also experienced on working organizationally and how to contribute together as a team, how will you manage the timeline and every work of the division to work efficiently? Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Ula. Previously, honestly, my targeted release for the podcast episode was actually twice a week. But then I start to think again, if I publish the video every two times a week, then a lot of force workers that needs to be done. So your question earlier is actually on the public relation and how do they they will take a full responsibility and take a full of hard work on making the podcast. So for that answer, I would like to answer that this is my responsibility. I am the one who is very exciting about this podcast program. So then if the public relation have to work by its alone, then it's my fault because I don't have any contribution to them. So again, this podcast was my program, then I believe that this is my responsibility also. Okay, I want this podcast to be continuable on years afterwards. So I think that by taking my full responsibility in charge of the podcast, I can have the result that I want. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that response and that question. So the next one will be Arik's question to Ula. So Arik, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. I actually seen Ula program, and one of them is Cerita Cikal, right? I think the program is very exciting because it's showcasing people's achievement on something. So my question is actually on how often will you publish the article, and next question is actually this is on my opinion. Okay, if someone's achievement is, I don't know. My question is actually how often will you publish the articles? Thank you.
I think Ula is having some technical issues. Ula, we can't hear you. Ula.
I
Yes.
think you're muted.
Ula, are you
I'm
okay? Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry, I just had a connection problem. I didn't hear
Okay.
the question from Arik. Would it be okay if he would repeat it?
Okay, then Arik will restate his question.
Okay, Ula. So actually, my question is about the Cerita Cikal. I actually want to change the question because actually the answer for my question is already stated on the caption. My question is that actually is this Cerita Cikal is only for the middle school and high school students? How about the elementary school students? Because what I see from Sekolah Cikal Instagram also, I noticed that there's a lot of people, a lot of students that is very, very talented and have high potential. Even their names is posted on the IG account. So I want to ask this question: does the Cerita Cikal only existed for the middle school and high school students, and what will you do for the elementary students? Thank you.
Thank you, Arik, for the question. And to answer that, it is actually mostly directed to the MYP and DP students, but we would like to welcome or make amendments to the elementary schools that if they want to contribute in Cerita Cikal, because we need to know that Cerita Cikal is an Instagram platform. And we do acknowledge that most of students in elementary school do not use Instagram or are not even welcome in that platform yet. But also, we would like to welcome to an alternative choice. Let's say because we acknowledge that elementary schools does not have Instagram, we need to make sure that they still can reach out to us. So let's say the student council will make an initiative submission in their email accounts or by their parents. And because of that, Cerita Cikal have the privilege to share to other people, to network throughout the Cikal communities. So let's say the students for elementary school, since they don't have Instagram and they have no platform to share, Cerita Cikal is your answer. You can submit it through emails or through WhatsApp. It doesn't have to necessarily be a direct message in Instagram. And by that, we will share your submission to others when you don't have the privilege to do so, because us as student council provided the platform. Cerita Cikal is the greatest platform that could be ever initiative of sharing throughout the Cikal community. And for that, I think it would be open for the elementary students. And as you can see, I just listed two of the benefits, which would be both beneficial for the sharing community and how it influence each other to bond and welcome other communities as well, even from the elementary, MYP, or DP. So in that way, this platform is open for everyone and should welcome everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ula. Thank you so much, Arik, as well. Everyone's going to go back onto the screen, including Keisha. As Sekolah Cikal official has just commented, we're opening the floor for one question from the viewers directed to both of the candidates. So if you have any questions regarding their campaign or something that could impact their leadership, please do comment them down below. In the meantime, maybe we can ask the candidates, how are you guys feeling about the debate? How do you think you did?
Malu-malu dua-duanya. Gimana?
Iya nih, malu-malu banget nih.
I feel I feel excited and great.
That's good.
That's
Arik,
good, that's
gimana
good.
Arik?
I feel heart beating, deg-degan.
Deg-degan, oke. Nggak
Manusiawi,
apa-apa
manusiawi.
lah. Manusiawi banget.
Pertanyaannya tolong yang terkait dengan campaign mereka ya,
Electionnya
atau
sendiri.
ya, yes. Mungkin perihal debat tadi, maybe you guys have any follow-up questions for
Okay, for the candidates. Yes.
we'll give you guys
So,
1 more minute
we'll give you-
or less actually.
Yeah, we'll just keep looking in the comments. So in the meantime, maybe we can have a little discussion again with the candidates. So
Yes.
how are you guys?
I think still same answer.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I already asked this question.
Sama
Okay.
sih, that's
Sama ya, oke. Udah nggak apa. Ada pertanyaan dari Iza, who made the prompts. So how will you manage your time as students when being president?
Okay. You guys can answer. Mungkin mau Arik duluan apa Ula duluan? If you guys don't have a preference, then we'll go by candidacy number as earlier. Siapa mau duluan?
Okay, I think I can go first. Okay, so to be honest, I'm not the person that is very great on managing time. Right now, I'm still learning on how to manage my time wisely because it's very crucial in the future. So your question is, how will you manage your time as students when being president? I think that is a very, very hard question to answer because my strategy is actually to make a plan for a month and then preparing several plans, alternative plans, so that I could be prepared for any of challenges, possibilities. So I think by making a plan and also alternative plans, that could be my method on tackling the problem if I have to manage my time wisely for both student and president. Thank you.
Thank you, Arik. Ula?
As I said, I'm a visionary. I have expectation and dreams, but again, I can't just fly my expectation because of my responsibilities, and which is the one that could be standing in my cape, which hinders me to fly and reach my expectations for the student council. I am a student, a part of the student council, and more roles I have outside of schools, which means that I have my responsibilities. I have to say that I am a decisive person and I know how to maintain to satisfy others and myself. Not to mention that I have good problem solving skills, which means that I can make quick decisions. Now, this might be casual, but I want to share a tactic of mine. I have my task in school as an organization member, as someone who enjoys external activities. I usually take it out at once, but I have a strategy. It's like a balancing scale. So hopefully this would also be an influential tips to all and what could wait. So as you can see behind there, I have a list of goals and expectation on that board. And Every time I reach that point, I check the box. But of course, on the list are the part of my responsibilities as well. And as a human being, I have a limit, but I have a team. And as a member of the student council, I can also count on them, making sure that we can work together to reach a point, because I definitely see my position on them. And I want to make this easier for us. And as I have mentioned, I'm familiar with working on a team with different kinds of assignments and different kinds of people, which means that this situation and this process will be a familiar thing for me, and I won't have to start myself from zero. So I'm someone you can rely on, because most importantly, I can rely on myself. If I was elected, sure, to satisfy my responsibilities and expectation, but because now in a school and as a part of the student council is a part of my responsibilities, I won't let you down. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ula. Now, we have a special comment in the comment section, a question from the previous president. So, the question is, how can you ensure that your program will be sustainable to the next generation of student council? Thanks and good luck, guys.
I think, Ula, can you start first answering? Or-
Boleh kalau misalnya
Ada yang mau mulai duluan nggak nih, volunteer?
Ula mau nggak Ula?
Hello? Okay,
Hi.
I'm so sorry, my connection is really bad.
It's okay, it's okay. Okay, you can see the question though, right?
Okay. All right. So the question is, how can you ensure that your program will be sustainable for the next generation of student council? Okay. Now, as you can see, I have 3 proposed program, which is Cerita Cikal, Forum Kami, and the mentoring program. And one of the purpose of making these sets of program is to be welcoming. And I want this to be a continuation. I want to make sure that we get to see new faces and make new friends along this journey. By it means of welcoming the students, and first making feel them included, and second to make them feel interested. And I want this program to not feel mandatory, because it feels like you were forced to do your homework on your favorite least favorite assignment or less favorite subject, let's say. And I do understand that, because this program I proposed is new, and how am I going to make sure that these programs will be implemented independently on the next batch of student council, and especially that we are lending new ideas and new programs. So in order to do that, there will be a part of an instruction, and as a part of a leader, that's what I'm here for. And as I said, that I want to lead the student council by example, and for that it means that we have to find a way to have a good ethicalities, and also a part of a division that would be continuation. So as what I said, I will make sure that this new program would mostly be an ingrained program of originality to the student council. And in this way, I will be able to pass down the programs I proposed, and make sure that in the way they understand in and out of the program everything that would be executed, and it would be a flexible thing for them to do, because this program would be easy for us, easy for the student council, the board of council, and also for the students. And in this way, I think the next batch could execute my programs well, and the old initiative Stuco's program as well. Thank you.
Arik, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ula, Kisabel, and Nadia. I think for the question is quite challenging, as my program is called Vokal, or actually stand for Sekolah Cikal, which is a podcast programs that involve students inside the Cikal community to bond within each other, to discuss school topics or maybe school moments that is quite fun for them. Actually, I'm trying to make this program because recently I saw that podcast is a huge trend during this pandemic, and I see there's a lot of social media influencer celebrities that make podcasts based on, to talk about their experience. And that's what I want to make a podcast that really reflects on Chikal's people, the Chikal students, of regarding their experience that they have been experienced in the school. But how I can ensure that this program could be sustainable to the next generations of student council? Actually, um, the pandemic, moreover, will end for sure. I don't know if it's 5 years or 10 years, but then I think the challenges will be, is this program should be still be, interesting for students, because podcast is a trend for pandemic. How about when the pandemic is over, then does this podcast is still interested for students? So I think I will take a full responsibility on these questions, as I will try and ensure the children, I will persuade them, to keep joining the podcast, because by this podcast is not just, just people talk within each other in one voice. But from what I know, podcast can be a new media for learning, by taking example of people's experiences from the podcast itself. It really can affect us. It really can affect us, on how to tackle problems, on how to, on to how to find solutions. So I think that I'm capable that this program should be continuable by the next student council. But probably the challenges is still, will the students are still be interested? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much to both of our candidates, and that was it for the Q&A and the prompt session. We'll now have closing remarks for each participant. By candidate number, so Arik, you will go first. You will have 3 minutes to present your closing remarks. Your time starts whenever you start talking.
So for my closing remarks, I will thank to all of the audience and to the honorable member board of committee of election, because without you guys, I don't know that I could capable on doing this, running as a candidate for the president. So I don't want to take long for this closing remarks. I only wanted to say that I have a big future for Chikal, because I believe I really want to make a lot of programs that really contribute Chikal students, not just Chikal one school, but whole Chikal community. So for my closing remarks, I will make as possible this school as a big school for students to find their potential, their interests, and finding opportunities. Because I believe Chikal is not just a regular school, but it's a big community that should be followed by students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arik. Just in between this, so great job on today's debate, Arik. Just informing to all the viewers as well, we're going to do our vice president debate after this, so make sure you stay tuned for that. For now, we'll pass on the floor to Ula. Ula, are you?
Jangan dong, diem dong sebentar. Aku belum mute.
Hello, Ula? I think Ula is experiencing technical difficulties. Okay, Ula, are you here? Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Okay. Your 3 minutes starts whenever you start talking, so the floor is yours.
Going back to my first statement on why I want to run for president is all written in my vision. Again, to create a visionary environment as a place to grow, rebound, learn, and innovate. Now, I hope it's not like to examine what actually it means to grow, rebound, learn, and innovate. And as a leader, we have to be honest to gain trust. And I have to be honest to everyone here that along the way, I've made mistakes. People make mistakes, and even the greatest leaders of all time makes mistakes. And that's okay, because that is a way to grow, and I'm here to say that you are not alone. I want Cikal to welcome students to be able and make mistakes because it's okay. And I want to encourage students to take a long shot, hundreds of tries, because Cikal is the right place to learn. And as long as you rebound with open arms of our community, you are safe to explore and innovate. And we, as student council and leaders, should really vision the future and what's best for everyone without having to feel dropped or behind. And I'm willing to carry everyone with that weight to make sure that each one of you meet your greatest potential. Thank you, everyone, for attending this debate. Thank you to the Board of Council, students, teachers, staffs, and my candidate as well for elevating this competition and sticking to my journey. For more information as what I have to deliver, go to @alula1st2go on Instagram, and I can't wait to see what's the best for the future. As being said, mark your calendars on 24th September, this Friday, to vote for Alula, candidate number 2. Just make sure the future is built for 2. Vote for 2 to the future. Thank you, and that is my last words for today.
Thank you so much, Ula and Arik.
Guys,
Keisha?
thank you so much. Silakan.
Kok dioper balik nih? Okay. Thank you so much, candidates. We greatly appreciate what you've done in the debate today. For the viewers, I hope you enjoyed the present debate. Don't forget, we still have the vice president candidates after this. So yeah, thank you so much, presidents. Candidates, not presidents, but
Bye.
presidential candidates.
Thank you.
You guys did an amazing
Thank you,
job
Arik,
today.
Keisha, Naja.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, so that was really fun. That was a really good debate, I think, from the presidents. Now, we'll go straight into the next one, right?
Bener banget.
Langsung
So,
nih.
we will be introducing our vice president candidates, Bibi and Adan from year 10. Hi, guys.
So, we'll start with the opening remarks as usual. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. So, we'll do the same as before. We're going to go by order of candidate number. So, Adan will start, and then Bibi. Adan, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Naja and Keisha. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am Adan and I am candidate number 1 for Vice President. If you don't know already, let me remind you all on my vision and mission, since both of my vision and missions exist to ensure that our school will be able to provide great opportunities for everyone, especially the students, on enhancing their skills. My vision is to have a comfortable environment where students can explore their skills, interests, and easily find great opportunities, and internally and externally, with full support from the school. I basically want everyone in our community to be able to explore your skills without the feeling of judgment, and to feel comfortable enough to let us help you enhance said skills. This vision is accompanied with my missions. Number 1, enhance and strengthen the skills possessed by students to make the most of the students' potential. Number 2, create and provide opportunities for students to participate in and express themselves through a diverse set of activities. Last but not least, to intensify the sense of individualism and let students dive deeper to explore more experiences and expand their resources and connections. I would like to strengthen a few key words that would help you guys understand the main idea of my vision and mission better. These keywords are opportunities, diverse set of activities, experiences, resources, connections, and support. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Adan. Great opening statement. Okay, Bibi, you're up next. The floor is yours. As usual, the time will start when you start speaking.
Good afternoon to the audience, candidates, president, vice president, and staff. I'm Sibila Likadevi, or BB, from grade 10, and I'm vice presidential candidate number 2. If I am elected, I aim to create a warm, understanding, and active environment that fosters a valuable school experience by enhancing existing programs, acknowledging your problems and insights, and establishing and further developing bonds within the community. Through my proposed programs, I hope to recognize and resolve the school's community problems one at a time so that each student will be proud to call Cikal their school. As you all may know, considering our workloads, a student's mental health is often undermined. And I want to emphasize the importance of your well-being because it affects your everyday performance. If your mental health continues to be overlooked and you're not in your optimal condition, then you're unable to maximize any opportunities. One of my highlighted programs, Press Pause, reinforces the idea that all students should be entitled to a break. If your mental state requires it, then we will provide it for the betterment of you. I want you all to have faith in the student council that we will have your back whenever you're feeling emotionally unwell or need a breather from hectic times. Moreover, I believe it is important to note that due to the current pandemic, connecting with new Cikal students has been challenging. Though we are all Cikal students, the bond of trust and comfortability has yet to be maintained. So, I would like to introduce you all to Dear Cikal, a pen pal program that connects Cikal students, depending on their similarities. We will challenge our current pandemic condition and provide you the opportunity to socialize with who could be your new best friend. We are all Cikal students. We share the same school, we study the same subjects, and we wear the same uniforms. Cikal has already built a community of lifelong learners with the intention of us socializing with and befriending one another. There are so many bases on which we can connect, but there's something holding us back, something that prevents us from making the first step, from reaching out to someone new, even if we want to. Dear Cikal will build a foundation for students to find each other through interests, skills, and traits that they actually already have. So with my programs in mind, I hope that this debate could provide you all with insight into each candidate's goals and aspirations. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bibi and Adan, for the opening statements. We will now dive into the prompts. The first one is, what will you bring to the table to support the president whilst balancing your highlighted programs together? We'll go in order of candidate number as usual. So Adan will be going first and Bibi will be going second. As the president debate happened as well, we will be giving 4 minutes per speaker. So Adan, the floor is yours. The time will start when you start speaking. So go ahead.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Okay. One of the obvious is to communicate with the elected president on selecting our programs. I think communication is key in this situation, and I think communication is the best kind of support a vice president can offer, especially when something like this happens. Because I believe that both the vice president and the president has amazing ideas, but sadly changes will need to happen. So make sure that we balance our highlighted programs. Secondly, is to make compromises and to adapt to change. Whether we want to, for example, combine each other's programs or to only select one program for each candidate, one from the vice president and one from the president, or any of the compromises that may be brought up to the table. I think that when we're talking about balancing our programs, to make sure that the student council isn't overwhelmed with the amount of ideas or programs that we want to pursue, making compromises and to eventually be able to adapt to change is an important aspect in supporting the president and balancing our proposed ideas for the highlighted programs. When we're compromising and adapting to change for our programs, this will ensure that the student council can balance our highlighted programs fairly together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Adan. Next up, we have Bibi. The floor is yours.
So, my role as vice president is to coordinate the workload of divisions, preside in meetings, actively cooperate with the council, and assist in preparations of events, activities, programs, or meetings. To support the president and balance our highlighted programs, I will continue to actively communicate with the president and assist in organizing our set of highlighted programs together. Communication and cooperation are already expected in running an organization because it is the key to its success. However, our concern is how effective it is going to be. So with me as your vice president, I will ensure that all communications are open and well maintained by listening to all the insights of all parties and delivering intakes of my own. Additionally, I should also get to know the president and establish a personal and professional relationship until further notice. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bibi and Adan. What a great first prompt discussion and debate. We'll jump straight into the second one, if you guys are okay with that. The second prompt is what would you change about the student council culture in your vice presidency? Keep in mind, you can choose to change nothing, but this is a question for you guys. So we'll go in order of candidacy number again. Adan, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I would like to make sure that we also create small events to get-togethers or ice-breaking online, of course, for the people in the student council. I think that all members in the student council works really hard, and we all deserve something to enjoy. The main part of this idea isn't only for us to have fun, but to make sure that everyone in the student council remembers that they are a part of this organization. This is super important because from not only my experience, but from the previous year, there are moments where the student council is finished with a big event or anything, basically, and we kind of just stay put and not contact anyone in this council. And it's basically dead silent. And this goes on for a long period of time. Because of this, many of the members forget that they play an important role in the student council. And we want to make sure that everyone remembers about the student council itself. We also want to make sure that everyone has an amazing memory of playing a part of this organization. Another change I like to create is to make sure everyone is comfortable enough to share their opinions. I'm very much aware that this is one of the hardest changes to make because this has been a goal for a few of the student councils previously. And we need to keep making this a goal for what we want to change. Because I know that everyone in the student council has amazing ideas. And I know that a bunch of these ideas aren't heard because people aren't comfortable enough to share them to everyone else. Instead, they only share it to their closest friends. Now, why do I know this? Is because I've been in that position and it's a struggle. Hearing your friends say, your idea is so good, or share your idea, but then we just end up not sharing it at all because we're not comfortable enough. And it is very possible that we still have this barely visible social hierarchy. Although maybe most people don't feel it, some do. It's really a shame. And we need to make sure this environment is comfortable enough for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adan. Next up, we have Bibi. Your time starts whenever you start speaking.
Based on my observations and comments from other students, I know that a lot of students are under the misconception that student council is an exclusive, strict, and uptight organization of highly accomplished individuals. But people should know the truth, which is that the student council is very inclusive, open, and welcoming to everyone, no matter your age, skill, or experience. The purpose of the student council is to appreciate and respect the aspirations, needs, and wants of the school community. What I would change about the student council is less about changing the council itself and more into changing people's perceptions of it. I want everyone to know that we are here for you whenever you want to voice your concerns or hopes, and we will do what we can to make your school experience meaningful. Thank you.
Wow, what a great debate, guys. Good job for the prompts. How are you guys feeling? Gimana?
I think it's pretty good.
It's
Okay.
okay.
All right. Now, on to the most nerve-wracking part, in my opinion, the Q&A from the candidates. Does anyone want to volunteer their question first for the other candidate?
I would like to volunteer first.
Okay, Adan, please do tell your question, and Bibi, you'll have 5 minutes to answer.
Okay, so my question for BB is that can you guarantee your program will be implemented, or how will you make sure that your proposed programs will be implemented during your Stuco period? With your program ideas, how do you ensure that you reach full potential, basically, for not only your programs, but also for big events Stuco will execute? And other than promoting these events, what are your plans to make sure that all students are motivated in joining Stuco events and your program?
Thank you, Adan, for the interesting question. The thing about a highlighted program is that it is yet to be proposed, that no candidate can guarantee 100% that all their programs will be implemented because it's a highlighted program and it's simply an idea, a suggestion that has yet to be processed. However, if you vote for me, I can guarantee that I will try my best to ensure that my programs are implemented. My highlighted programs, Press Pause and Cikal, both do not have a required setting. Press Pause assists students in receiving moments of recharge according to their current mental condition, indicating that it's open throughout the school year, whilst the conduct of Cikal will likely be adjusted according to the student's workload. And additionally, I understand that the student council's energy often gets drained during main events such as Cikal Cup and Cikal Carnival, but I refuse to let it disregard the other programs. Thus, in order to execute the programs effectively, we should manage the workload and responsibilities by first planning ahead. I expect that each program to have their individual timelines. So I want to make sure that it's feasible and that students are on track by setting deadlines and reminding them. Second, I would delegate members of the student council to a certain program. For my program specifically, for Dear Cikal, we will delegate the students' voice division to organize the event. Aside from being present in the meetings, assisting in creating event proposals, taking part in the production process, they will also be the ones to send the forms that help understand the students' interests, because it is within their job description to recognize the importance of Cikal students pursuing their opportunities by paving pathways through spreading information regarding events to give them a chance to grow. And for Press Pause, we will not only delegate the students' voice division, but also the vice president and president of the student council, because it is part of their job description to contact other parties like the program leaders, the homeroom teachers, and counselors regarding the possible absence of a student. And the third way is to actively collaborate with the other parties if needed. For Press Pause specifically, it may be challenging to cooperate with teachers, divisions, counselors, and program leaders when they have a busy schedule. But the program only takes a bit of their time, since it only requires their approval and acknowledgement. And additionally, it centers around the student development, so making time to assist a student in need is not a waste of their time, I can guarantee you. As for motivation, student participation and engagement has always been a problem at the student council, which is quite weird because we're organizing these events for them. That being said, I do understand there are a variety of reasons as to why a student may be hesitant to actively participate, but the main concern is that the programs are not aligned with the students' interests. So learning from my previous experience, I aim to make these events more student-oriented by taking their insights into account. I've already begun to act upon this, as before selecting my highlighted programs, I conducted a survey to understand the students' needs better. If I am elected and given the opportunity to actually execute my ideas, I will continue to listen and cater to students' wishes on a larger scale. And with that, I hope student participation and engagement increases. Thank you very much, Eden.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a good question. What a good answer. Okay, on to the next one. Bibi, you can now give Adan your question and Adan can answer right away.
Okay, listen, Eden. Since you've been in the student council since 2019 and you've gathered enough experience, and I think you have a great potential as vice president. However, is there any requirement for this job that you feel you do not meet? And if so, how will you improve that?
Hold up. I'm so sorry for taking my time. This question requires a lot of thinking. Oh, I do join other activities outside of the student council, but luckily these activities are very much flexible and it doesn't change my full commitment to the student council at all. Did that answer your question?
Quite yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your insight, Eden.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much, guys. That was great. Now, we will be going to the questions in the comments as we had this in the president round as well. We'll be taking the question from Magenta Claw. It asks, what makes you better than the previous batch's vice president? Does anyone want to answer first? No? No one wants to answer this question? No, really? Should we just really? Okay, we'll go in order of presidential candidate. I mean, vice president candidate number then. So Aden, you can go first, and then Bibi will go next. You'll have 3 minutes each to answer this question.
Okay, thank you so much for the question, and thank you so much, Naja. Regarding this question, as BBF said, I've been in Sekolah since 2019, and I've seen many different candidates, many different previous batches of vice presidents and previous batches of presidents as well. Now, I went through a lot when I was part of their team, part of the members when I was not the vice president or president when they were part of the batch of student council, when I was in the batch of student council and they were the leaders. Now, I can assure you that I have been doing research and a lot of, I have observed a lot of how they have handled their situation in Stukul, especially in the pandemic. And I've definitely observed what I can improve, what they could improve, and what I could implement from them, and what I'm supposed to be better, what I can be better from than them, compared to them. And I can assure you that this observation is very much trusted. Why? Because I went through their leadership. I went through how they handled the situation, how they handled their members, how they handled everything. And I can assure you that by observing their presidential skills, I am able to be better, because I am able to actually fix, or maybe fix, what they have previously did before. Thank you so much.
Okay, Bibi, the floor is yours.
Okay. Along with my avid participation and hardworking nature, what makes me a promising vice presidential candidate would be the skills and knowledge I acquired through my experience of being in the student council along with other extracurriculars. So Naja and I, though both looking out for the best interests of students, have different visions, missions, and highlighted programs in mind. So we each have a creative and different approach to problem solving in the student council. So it does not necessarily make me better. However, what I would like to think is that I am the person I am today because I get to learn from her. I get to learn from the past experience that I have. I get to learn from the previous batches of the student council, like Keisha, Naja, Diandra, and Chaya, and all of the other Howde members. I am a great candidate because of them. So, thank you.
Wow, thank you guys. That was really good. Since we have more time, we'll be taking other comments. Now we'll be taking the question from Rebang Kakesha. You guys know Kakesha? Yes. Her question is, which president candidate would you want to work with and why?
May I answer
You
first?
can. Okay, sure.
Okay, so for this question, I personally don't mind working for any, but if I were to pick, I would definitely pick for Ula. Why? Because her vision and mission aligns perfectly with mine as well. And even her highlighted programs, we have quite similar highlighted programs. And I think we would be perfect if we were working together, since our vision and missions and our highlighted programs are very much aligned. Thank you.
As for my answer, I don't really have any preference as to who I get to work with. But if I had to pick, I think I would go with Ula, because we've worked together before in student council and during our BLT group. I think we did quite well. However, I think Arik also makes a suitable president. So I don't really mind working with any of them.
Okay, thank you so much for both candidates. Are there any more questions in the comments? We have a question from Isa. How will you guys ensure good teamwork with the year 11 students despite their different DP schedules?
I'm sorry, may you repeat the question?
It's on the screen. It's how will you ensure good teamwork with the year 11 students despite different DP schedules?
Oh, okay. May I answer first? Okay. For this question specifically, it wouldn't really be a challenge. Personally, I don't think it would be a challenge. Why? Because the president candidates are both year 11s, and I think through communication, we just have to communicate, and I think that's quite enough to actually ensure that our schedules won't clash together, since we are on different grades. But since the president candidates are both year 11s, it would make it such a easier time for us to create a schedule that fits both of our agendas.
All right, Bibi, would you like to answer the question now?
Honestly, for the different DP schedules thing, I don't think I would find it a challenge because both us and the year 11 students, we as student council members, we have allocated time and focus into the student council because it's our priority and we kind of have to make time for that. So I won't find it a problem. However, if I were to come up with a solution, I think time boxing would help. Time boxing is basically allocating an hour, or actually the durations don't really matter, but in the end you're allocating time to do student council work, and perhaps if we allocate time on doing student council work together, then perhaps we could work with each other more effectively.
Okay, thank you so much for both of the candidates. Now on to the final question. It's, do you think you guys have enough experience to commit the responsibility as a vice president? And if so, what is that experience? This question is from Daryl. Does anyone want to go first?
Sure. I'd like to go first.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay, so my experience, if you guys haven't checked out my campaign Instagram, which is at Adan4VP, I've listed my experiences there. But in case you haven't, check that out. My experiences include I've been in Stuco since 2019 till now. And this is very much important because now I know what goes inside Stuco and what goes outside of Stuco as well. And secondly, I do a lot of debates and MUN. This is very important due to the fact that this experience will help me collaborate with other people, because these events will require you for your cooperation with other people, and therefore this is very important, a very important criteria as a vice president. And I'm also very good. I also got gold medal in debate and also creative writing, and this is due to the fact that not only my cooperation skills, but this is also because of my creativity skills. I think this is very important as a vice president, because we live in a time where pandemic happens and we need to get creative when something hits, such as technical issues or maybe other issues with our programs or any issues with Stuco.
All right, so I guess it's my time to answer the question.
Yeah, thank you, Adan, for your response. Bibi, the time's yours.
All right. So my past experience would be I was a treasurer for Student Council batch of 2019 to 2020, and I'm the secretary for Student Council batch of 2020-2021, and I've actually crossed divisions as well, and I'm part of the ticketing division in the pre-event of Cikal Cup, and I've also been part of the merchandise division. I have also have more experience in leading. I've led a couple of workshops before. I've done a couple of webinars, and I've also I'm currently a logistics coordinator for Project Buzz, and with those valuable experiences, along with a few competitions I won, such as science competitions, modeling edit nations, mathematics competitions, artistic competitions. I'm also the participant for the cultural exchange program. And with all of that experience, I think have value as to what I am today. So what makes me a promising candidate as vice president would be those experiences. And I am able to commit that kind of responsibility. Does that answer your question, Daryl?
Okay, I think that's it for the Q&A session. Thank you for all the comments we got and the questions. Now on to the closing remarks. As the presidents had 3 minutes, you guys will have 3 minutes to state your closing remarks. Does anyone want to volunteer themselves to start first?
I think I could go first.
Okay, Bibi, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to voice my goals and aspirations in this debate. And also, thank you, Adan, for your wonderful insight. So, no matter the outcome, I look forward to working with you again in the Student Council. Step by step, I believe that our school and our community can reach their greatest potential. And to do so, we should further acknowledge and understand our flaws and work together to resolve them. As a candidate, it is my responsibility to listen to your insights and assure that Cikal flourishes for the better by ensuring that Cikal fits our students' individual needs. This school may be ours, but I'm here to make it yours. I'm promising opportunities for you all to flourish. So in exchange, use your opportunity to vote for me. Thank you again, and don't forget to follow @BB4VP on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Bibi. Adan, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Nadia, Keisha, the audience, and thank you for joining this debate. And thank you so much, Bibi, for being a competitor, because I believe no matter who wins, this year's Tico batch would be amazing. By voting for me, you're not only going to vote for me to win, but you're going to vote for amazing opportunities for you, your friends, and the whole Chico community. Is this really something that you would like to miss out on? For more information, make sure to check out @Adan4VP on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening to this debate.
Thank you so much, our beloved vice president candidates. That was a great debate and discussion. Keisha?
Thank you, guys. So, this is actually the end of our agenda, but before we end the whole broadcast, I'd like to invite our president candidates into the stream as well. Arik and Ula. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, thank you for all of the audience for attending today's debate. I hope that setelah mendengarkan, it gives you guys much more insight on who to vote for on the 24th. To check out more information regarding voting mechanisms, please check out Sekolah Cikal's
Cikal Stuko's Instagram page. There has been a post about the voting procedure itself, so do not forget to check that out. If you do not have an
Yes.
Instagram, we will be sending a blast message in the WhatsApp groups for each grade. So just look out for that information.
It's for all teachers and students of Sekolah Cikal Bulus. So please make sure to check that out. And thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Thank you so much to all of our candidates as well. Everybody did so good. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much, Arik. Thank you so much, Ula. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much, Bibi. Good luck. We wish you the best of luck in the D-Day. Hopefully, whatever outcomes for the best. So, good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Thank you, viewers.
Semangat.
Woo.